In a peaceful little village, nestled between golden fields and tall, whispering trees, there lived a tiny brown sparrow named Milo. Now, Milo wasn't the strongest or the fastest bird in the sky. He didn't have the most vibrant feathers or the loudest song. But what Milo did have was something far more precious, a heart overflowing with kindness. Every morning as the sun cast its first gentle rays upon the earth, a familiar scene would unfold. While the other birds squabbled and fought over the best seeds and the juiciest worms, Milo's approach was different. He would quietly hop along the dusty ground, carefully picking up small, overlooked grains. He was a humble creature, never taking more than what he needed to get through the day. And here's where Milo's special nature truly shone. Whenever he stumbled upon an extra seed, a little bit more than his share, he wouldn't hoard it away for later. Instead, he would look around, find another bird that seemed hungry or frail, and gently drop the seed nearby. It was his small, silent offering to the world. Of course, not everyone understood. The bigger, prouder sparrows would often tease him. "Why do you do that, Milo?" they'd chirp with a mocking tone. "You're giving away your food. You'll have nothing left for yourself one day," they'd laugh, ruffling their feathers with an air of superiority. Milo never got angry or defensive. He would simply smile his gentle sparrow smile and chirp softly, his voice like a warm breeze. "Maybe. But if someone else can eat today, that makes my wings feel lighter." For Milo, the joy of giving was its own reward. It wasn't a transaction, it was a connection. As time went on, the days grew shorter, and the seasons began their slow, inevitable dance of change. The vibrant green leaves on the tall trees turned to fiery shades of orange and red, then drifted silently to the ground. A chill crept into the air, a sign of what was to come. Soon, winter arrived. It wasn't a gentle, picturesque winter. It was harsh and unforgiving. A thick blanket of snow covered everything, and the once soft ground froze solid. The golden fields, once a source of abundance, turned into a stark, white wasteland. For the birds of the village, it was a time of great hardship. Not a single grain, not a single crumb could be found anywhere. The very same sparrows who had once mocked Milo now shivered with empty stomachs, their cheerful chirps replaced by weak, desperate cries. They flew frantically around the entire village, their wings beating against the cold air, searching every nook and cranny. But they found nothing. Hunger had become their constant, unwelcome companion. Milo was hungry too. His tiny body trembled in the biting wind, and the cold seeped deep into his little bones. But even as his physical strength waned, his spirit, his resilient and kind heart, did not give up. He held on, driven by a quiet hope that things would get better. One particularly snowy morning, a kind old man who often enjoyed sitting on a bench near the village square noticed the weak little sparrow. He had seen Milo many times before. He remembered watching this tiny bird, hopping around, not fighting, but sharing. He recalled the gentle way Milo would leave seeds for others. A warm smile spread across the old man's face. "Ah," he said to himself, his voice a soft whisper in the frosty air. This one has a golden heart." Moved by the memory of Milo's selflessness, the man went back to his home. He found some old pieces of wood in his workshop, and with skilled, loving hands, he built a small, sturdy bird feeder. He filled it to the brim with all sorts of grains and seeds, and even set out a small dish of fresh water. Then he carried it outside and hung it carefully on the branch of a large tree near his house, a beacon of hope in the desolate winter landscape. When Milo, driven by his relentless search for food, arrived near the man's house, he couldn't believe his eyes. There, hanging from a branch, was a feast, a mountain of food, more than he had seen in weeks, right there in the middle of winter. His heart soared. But what did Milo do next? He didn't dive in and eat his fill, hoarding the treasure for himself. His first instinct was the same as it had always been. He took a deep breath and chirped as loudly as his small lungs would allow, a clear, ringing call of joy and invitation that echoed through the silent, snowy village. From every direction, the other hungry birds came fluttering, their wings, heavy with desperation just moments before, now beat with renewed energy. And who were they? They were the same birds who had once laughed at him, who had called him foolish for sharing his food. And Milo, standing by the incredible bounty, did what he always did. He moved aside, making room, and shared it with everyone. There was no "I told you so," no sense of victory, only the pure, simple joy of seeing his fellow birds eat and regain their strength. Watching from his window, the old man smiled. A profound sense of peace washed over him as he watched the scene unfold. "Kindness," he whispered to the falling snow. "It always finds its way back." From that day forward, Milo became the most loved and respected bird in the village. The other sparrows learned a valuable lesson, not from words, but from the quiet, consistent actions of one tiny, kind-hearted bird. And the feeder? The feeder was never empty again. Every single morning, without fail, the old man would refill it, his heart filled with love and gratitude for the little sparrow who had taught an entire village the true meaning of generosity, the sparrow who had once given away everything he had. And so Milo, the little bird who gave away his last seeds, learned a great and beautiful truth. What we give from the heart never truly disappears. It doesn't vanish into thin air. It transforms, it grows, and it always returns, often multiplied in ways we could never expect. This story is a beautiful reminder for all of us. When you give, when you act with kindness without expecting anything in return, the universe has a funny way of noticing. It finds a way to give back to you, often with more abundance and more love than you ever imagined. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today and letting me share this story with you. I hope it brought a little warmth to your day. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more stories and reflections. It truly means the world to me. Until next time, take care and be kind.